Sheriff, you gotta come.
Whoa, take a deep breath, Deputy. I'm gonna show you what I made here.
Sheriff.
This is our new recycling bin here. Check this out. I carved a chasing arrow symbol, my own design.
Yeah, I see that
we
symbol.
recycle. We're gonna put a recycling bin all over
Sheriff,
this
no.
bin.
Sheriff,
We're gonna put one in the kitchen.
Sheriff, she's been poisoned! What? Down at the creek.
What
I've been
poison?
trying to tell you.
What are you
That
talking about?
Candelaria, the two-mice lady, she went down, drank some water from the creek, keeled right over, holding her stomach, moaning and groaning. She's in a bad way. You better get down there and help.
Wait a minute, how could you get sick? That water runs clean.
I don't know anything about that. I know it's, but she drank it and she keeled right over.
I've been
She's
drinking
looking
out of
bad.
that creek since I was a little child.
Well, that
I
may
never
be,
got sick.
but I wouldn't drink out of it now. You better get down there and
Well,
help
that
her.
creek
I'm gonna go
runs
get the
clean
doctor.
pure.
I'm gonna go get the doctor. We're gonna head on down there.
All right. Just calm
Okay.
down. Take a deep breath, Deputy. Go grab a hank of rope. Meet me down on the creek and let's go see if we can figure
All
out.
right. I'll go get the rope now. Meet you down there.
Let's go that way. Let's go.
Hey, Sheriff, I got here as quick as I could.
Yep.
This here's the spot. She came down, took a little drink right from her hand, and you know the whole town gets its water from this
Why,
creek, too.
I've been drinking out of this creek since I was a little 2-year-old. I used to have picnics here, and I've drank many times out of this creek.
Just don't know.
Why would that woman get sick drinking out of here?
I don't know.
I just
think-
don't
maybe,
get it.
Maybe there's something upstream that's polluting the water down here. Maybe we better go check it out.
Deputy, that is a great idea. Let's go
Yep,
explore
I
up
think we
river
better.
and see what we can find out.
We don't want any more people getting sick.
Let's
All right,
check it
head
out.
up the street.
All right, let's go.
There it is, Sheriff. What is that thing?
Ow, Deputy! What in the tarnation is this thing?
You know, Sheriff, that new public works chief guy, one the mayor hired?
Yeah, the
He
new
had
guy.
this put in. He said, I heard, he calls it a storm drain.
A storm drain? What in the Sam Hill would a storm drain be for? What
It's for draining storms.
draining storm? Now that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. I mean, when rain falls, it just percolates in the earth. You don't need anything to drain it.
Well, that's true, Sheriff, but you know, remember last year we got so much rain, there was water everywhere. And he says
I don't
this
know.
is going to take that away.
I don't understand. You know what? It's my suspicion this is what made that woman sick downstream on the creek.
Well, you know that could be, Sheriff, and I tell you what, I don't really know, because my specialty is law enforcement, not public works, but I tell you what, I'll go find that guy, that chief guy, and I'll bring him down here and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Deputy, great idea. Go get
All
that
right,
chief
I'll
of
go
public
find
works,
him. Now-
bring him back here, and let's get to the bottom of
Just
this.
keep an eye on this and don't drink the water. Might make you sick, okay?
Yeah, you go on there, Deputy. Go get that chief of public works. Bring him on back here. We need to talk to him about this.
Sheriff, I found him. I
We
brought
brought the chief in. Come on here, chief. We got some questions to ask you. Come on here. Okay, like I was telling the deputy here, this here storm drain thing is supposed to do something for draining the town. I don't
what I
get
said. That's what I said.
That don't make any sense to me. I mean, when the rain falls, the rain just percolates into the earth. You don't need anything like this.
Well, Sheriff, back when our town was small, most of the rain came down, was absorbed into the earth, carried off on natural drainage courses.
All right.
But since our town has grown, we've covered up more and more of those natural soil areas and those natural drainage courses to the point where the rainfall has to have some place to drain to. We need this storm drain to prevent flooding in our town.
Got a point there, Sheriff. Does have a point.
I don't know. It still sounds crazy to me. And the thing I don't get, what are you talking about, draining town? Why? Town is more than a mile away
That's
from
true.
here.
Mile away.
That's right,
Yeah,
Sheriff.
a mile away. What are you talking about?
This is what is known as a storm drain outfall. It's the end point of a big corrugated pipe buried underground, extends all the way into town, where it collects our stormwater runoff, transports it to this creek.
Well, okay, I think I get that. These modern contrivances, they confound me. But I'll tell you what, there must be some kind of pollution coming out of here that's causing pollution in this creek and made that poor little woman sick.
Something had to make her
Yeah,
sick.
something made her sick.
Something
there, Chief.
unnatural.
That's
Had to make
right.
her
It's coming
sick.
out of this pipe. I just know it is.
See, this storm drain is meant to carry only rainwater
Rainwater's
from the
pure.
town into the creek, and that's the rainwater's the cleanest water you can get.
That's true, Sheriff.
That's
true.
Come on. There's got to be something else coming out of here. There can't be just clean rainwater coming out of here. I'll tell you what, let's go up and you say the other end point of this is a mile away up in town?
That's right, Sheriff.
Well, let's head on up to the business end of this and see what's going on up there. What do you say about that, Chief? and Deputy?
Sounds like a good idea,
Sure
Sheriff.
thing, Sheriff. I'll be glad
Sounds
to
like
show
a
you.
good idea. All right?
All right, let's go
We heading
check
up there
this
right
out.
now? All right, let's go.
Yeehaw!
Now, Sheriff, this is a storm drain.
Okay.
What we technically call a storm drain, a stormwater drain inlet.
All right.
We've got a number of these inlets located around town. They all drain in that culvert pipe over there, which drains into the creek.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
That creek where we just were?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
okay now.
Right down
All right.
there.
There's got to be some kind of polluted water getting in here somehow, and that must be what's flowing in here and polluting that creek.
Well, Sheriff, you're right that if pollution did enter here, it would pollute the creek because there's no kind of treatment or purification process in a storm drain system. It simply conveys stormwater from the inlet to the outlet. But like I said, I don't see how any pollution could enter in here because this here storm drain was meant to carry only rainwater to prevent flooding in our town.
You know rainwater's pure. Rainwater's not going to cause pollution.
All right, I need some quiet to think here, man. There's got to be something else going on here. I mean, something had to make that woman
I think
sick.
you're right. Something else got to be happening.
There's got to be something. Deputy. Doesn't old Mrs. Borchard walk her little dog by here every day?
Her and Mrs. Wilson?
Yeah, every
The
single
two
day.
dogs,
I see
the
them
little
walking.
Fifi down here. Oh,
Exactly, yeah.
Fifi.
Yeah.
That, you know Fifi. Oh, yeah. Silver collar, big leash coat when it's cold. And you know what? I seen them. They do their business right down
Exactly
the street
my
here.
point.
You know?
That's my point. These dogs are doing their business here. Why, that's going to cause stormwater pollution because that stuff will go into the storm drain inlet. It will flow through the culvert pipe and empty out right into the creek without receiving any treatment. Isn't that right, Chief?
Well, Sheriff, I hardly think that one little dog is going to pollute an entire creek.
Well,
That's true, but you know
We're
what?
not
Around here,
talking one dog.
Everybody's got animals.
exactly my point.
I mean, I got two
Exactly.
dogs. Sheriff's got two
Yeah, I got
dogs.
a
There's
horse.
horses.
I got
What about the livery stable? It's right down there, and it's right close to one of those storm drains, too.
Yeah, exactly. I got
Okay.
two pigs
Yep.
that
Right.
you know,
Oh,
they do, you know, all these animals.
Sure.
So all these animals could be causing stormwater pollution, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and what about over there at Spears Saloon? Every
Oh,
afternoon,
yeah.
old Mr. Spears, he cleans up after his lunchtime crowd. Yeah, exactly. He throws all the old dirty wash
Pretty
water
filthy. Yeah, it's
right
pretty
out
bad.
the back door. He
Pretty
throws
bad.
that stuff, and that
But
stuff
it flows
goes
right down in here.
And that
I
isn't
bet it
clean
does.
rainwater, is it? No, it's not.
No.
No, you're right there.
See my
You're right
point?
there,
I
Sheriff.
think that we got a problem here, Sheriff.
I think yeah.
We got a problem. You know what? We people here in town, without even knowing about it, without even meaning to, we could be polluting that water. We got to
Exactly
do
my
something
point.
about
That's
that. You know
I'm
what?
trying to say.
You know
That's
what?
I'm-
We got to figure out a way to make sure that that water is pure and clean when it goes to the creek.
We need to brainstorm here. We need to think of what we're going to do to correct this
You know-
problem.
You know, you know what, Chief? Could we hook the storm water into the sewer water thing, that treatment plant that we made a couple years ago?
Yeah.
You know, if we could run
that's
this water
brilliant
through
idea.
there, we could purify it, treat it, and it would be all pure when it goes into the creek and the ocean. We wouldn't have no pollution.
Unfortunately, that would not work. You see, if we hooked our storm drain system to run into our sewer system during a rainfall, all that rain would completely overwhelm the wastewater treatment facility. There's just no way we can treat that huge volume of water in a rainstorm along with all the other wastewater. So you see, we need to keep our storm drain system completely separate from our wastewater treatment facility.
I guess we're going to figure out something else to do.
Yeah.
It's going to take some brainstorming.
We got to think about this. You know, I think I got the picture here, Chief and Deputy. What's going on here is we have this storm drain system.
That's right.
It's designed to convey only clean rainwater from
Correct.
here in the town all the way
Correct.
out to the creek. Now, if any pollution does get in here, why, it will be untreated and it will flow right out to the creek. Okay, secondly, we have something called the sewer system, or a wastewater treatment system in your new public works parlance
That's
type
right.
talk. Now, that system is completely separate from this,
That's
and
right.
that's designed to carry wastewater from our homes and the restaurants and cafes and things like that, and carry that into a wastewater treatment system. But these are totally different systems.
Sheriff, well, that sums it up. I couldn't have said it better myself, Sheriff.
We got some thinking to do, Sheriff.
You know, I got an idea. I got an idea, Deputy. I think you and I need to schedule another little card game with the mayor.
Card game with the mayor. I like playing cards with him.
Yeah, isn't it
You know,
fun?
he don't play good. He never wins.
Funny the way he loses every time.
I
we
know he
play.
does. But you know what? We get some good thinking done playing cards, you know?
Well, especially when you and I kind of control the conversation. We got some little tricks we're going to have to
Let me
bring
go
into
see if I
that.
can find the mayor and we'll haul him in. We'll start playing.
Yeah, let's play a game of
All right,
cards
let's
and get
play
that
some
mayor and get
cards.
some ideas. Yeah.
You-
Thank
All
you,
right.
Chief. Appreciate
Good
all the
luck.
information.
Thank you, Chief.
Good luck.
Thank
Good luck
you.
with the card game.
You bet,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you for your help. Okay.
Let's go play
All right.
some cards.
Let's go find the mayor.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, gentlemen, let me introduce you to the newest addition to our little card club here. Why, this is Annie Dudley. Annie
Hi,
Dudley, she hails from the Dudley family, famous Dudley house on the outside of town. She married into the Dudley family. Welcome to the game, Annie. This here, let me introduce you to the gentleman here. This here is the mayor. This is Mayor Lloyd. Mayor Lloyd hails from the Lloyd family, and they run cattle up in the hills up above Ventura. And over here we got the deputy. Deputy has actually got some roots to the old Olivas family that used to live at that old Olivas adobe on the outside of town.
Well, you know, I am descended from the Olivas. They owned a big ranch hereabouts, Rancho San Miguel. And now there's talking about doing tours out to the old ranch house. Big 2-story adobe, great place. They're saying like 10 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays. You can go out and the Dosen ladies will show you all the house where they used to live. I go out there and spend time myself because, you know, it is my relation. So we're gonna play cards here.
Okay, I'm gonna start out the bet with, big bet, ladies and gentlemen, $5 bet. $5.
Chips, geez, Sheriff, you're either bluffing or you got the cards. I'm in for 5. Awful high bet here at the start, though. Gee.
Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, you just never know what kind of might come up in a conversation while we're playing a game of cards. Isn't that right, Deputy? Storm drain. Storm drain.
Oh! I was concentrating. You know, Mayor. You know them new storm drains that Chief of Public Works guy put in? Them little holes where the water drains down?
You know what? I am so glad you brought that up. What an amazing coincidence, Deputy. You know, on the way over here to this card game this evening, why, I passed old E.P. Foster out there. Why, he was just cleaning off the stagecoach. He was using all this soapy, sudsy water, and I'll be danged if that soapy, sudsy water wasn't running right down into the storm drain anyway.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Any kind of thing that goes down that storm drain can cause pollution. Little storm drains, they go down a pipe, and the pipe goes to the creek, and the creek goes to the ocean. So any pollution that gets in it around here, even though we're far away from the creek, runs right to the creek. The creek runs to the ocean, pollutes the ocean.
Exactly.
We could be polluting the ocean right here in this town.
He's so right there, Mayor. You see, that's why I think what something this town needs. Why? Maybe this town needs something called the Stormwater Pollution Prevention Program. What do you think, Mayor?
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, well,
What do you think? Like, for example, old Mr. E.P. Foster there. Why, if we were to educate him and the other people in this town, when they wash their buggies and stagecoaches, why wash them over a grassy area or some dirt area so that soapy water, it just falls in the ground and absorbs instead of running out into our storm drain and polluting our local creek.
You know, we need to educate them about pets, too. You know, Mrs. Wilson and Fifi? She walks that dog around town every day, and that dog just does his little business everywhere. You know that's true, don't you? Huh? We need to educate people about that, because if that gets in the storm drain, right to the creek and right to the ocean.
Yeah.
See? But them dogs, man, and pets, everybody around here's got dogs, right? And I got me a saying, do the do-dee. That means pick up after your pets, okay? Do-tea, right? Huh? You get that?
You know what? A stormwater education program, why it includes all kinds of elements. First of all, it educates people not to throw things like chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, or, you know, all that kind of stuff that can cause pollution. Why even organic matter like alfalfa, hay, grass, or leaves? If that gets in the storm drain, would you believe that is pollution too? Even sediments are stormwater pollution. Why, if sediments get into that storm drain, it'll just cover up those aquatic ecosystems. They're in them under a cloud seal. It's a sad thing, Mayor. It's a sad thing to see an aquatic system buried under a plume of silt.
Huh? What?
And with our program, we can prevent all that.
Yep. You know, I think a good mayor in this town would take some action and establish a stormwater pollution prevention program.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Come on, Mayor.
Yeah, that's up pretty good.
Yes,
Let's go ahead and make a bet, though.
The mayor said we could start a stormwater pollution prevention program.
But, Sheriff, I can see a problem. We've got the recycling program, we got the feed conservation program, and now we're gonna have the stormwater pollution program. It's a good thing we don't have a lot of crime in the city. Because with all these programs, I don't know if we'd have time to chase bad guys, Mayor. That's a fact.
All right, everybody ready to call these bets? We got any calls? Let's see what we got here. I got a pair of queens.
Queens, I got bullets.
I am getting you varmint.
I got 3 kings. I beat you all.
Varmint, I thought you were good.
Oh. I can't believe I'm the one that invited her to this card game.
You gotta be shot.
Oh, man.